Hello, and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events and giving you an update, recording this at about 2 o'clock on this Thursday afternoon, October the 2nd. Here's an update. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you radar here in just a little bit, but I'm going to show you what's called the Pirate model, the HRRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh. High resolution model. This run is the 17Z run, so it was initialized at noon today. And I'm going to take you through the timing. I don't have much in the way it changes. If you've been looking at my previous blog posts, it looked like it was going to be after 9 o'clock that it gets here in central Arkansas, but it may actually get here an hour or two sooner than that. And let me show you with the high resolution model data. At 7 o'clock this evening, I should say, look at this nearly solid line of thunderstorms that stretches from Miller County, looks like on up towards Montgomery County, Russellville, and northward. So that is at 7 o'clock. Here's Little Rock right here. Now, the main threat with that line is going to be some very high wind. Now, the flooding threat with this, yeah, we're going to have some street flooding. It should be very, it's going to be a flash. I wouldn't call it a flash flood, but it could be in some areas, I guess. But there's going to be some street flooding. But the fast-moving nature of this is going to limit the flooding potential. Now, at any point along this line, it will be possible for a spin up. I don't think the tornado threat's all that high, but there's at least that chance. So I can't rule that out. But by far the main threat will be damaging winds and maybe a little bit of hail. This is very interesting. This is at 8 o'clock. That's when it looks like it's starting to edge into the Little Rock metro area, according to this one model run. And it even shows in some certain points of this line, you can see a bowing feature. You kind of see this bow like that. Anywhere along the line where this happens, here's another one. Anywhere along the line where these bows happen, and that's very difficult to predict exactly where, the threat for damaging winds will be enhanced. And there are going to be numerous severe thunderstorm warnings up and down this line as it marches across the state. And this is at 10 o'clock right here. Notice how the back edge of the rain, according to this, is already moving into Saline County by 10 o'clock. You still have the actual front to go, so some thunderstorm development that should be non-severe or maybe just some strong thunderstorms back here. But notice how it moves into eastern Arkansas, and everybody in southeastern and east central Arkansas, yes, you do have the threat for severe weather, but it's not as high as it is across central and western Arkansas. So that threat will decrease the further east you live, but still, we don't want you to let your guard down. There'll still be the threat for some very gusty winds with that as it moves into eastern Arkansas. Now, the reason why is because you're going to have better dynamics and more instability, especially the further west, where you have the daytime heating buildup. All right, let me show you the Storm Prediction Center. First of all, the entire state's under a slight risk. Tornado threat, what this is telling you is that within any given point, within 25 miles of any given point, there's a 5% chance of a tornado. That's quite low. But it may be enough for them to issue a tornado watch. I'm sure a severe thunderstorm watch will get issued for much of the state. The wind threat, as you can see, is much greater. The entire state, you have the 30% chance for seeing severe winds within 25 miles of any given point. And the hail threat's highest across western Arkansas, 30% chance of having severe hail within 25 miles of a given point. And then it's 15% the further east you live. Now, at 2:04, you can see the thunderstorms forming out here across portions of eastern Oklahoma, even some severe thunderstorms up here in Benton County, even up here in the River Valley. So we are getting the thunderstorm development as expected across portions of eastern Oklahoma. Whoops. There we go. So let me take you through one more time a loop of the radar. And I'm expecting, if you're looking for timing in central Arkansas, I'm going to say between 7 and 9. And then it moves into eastern Arkansas. And it's all out of here. Look at this. By 1 o'clock in the morning. So in and out. So stay tuned, KTV, on Twitter at KTV News for instant watches and warnings. I'll keep you updated as well. Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.